What's up, guys? This is Webby back again for your Payback review. Lots of things happened tonight at Payback. Very intriguing things happened tonight at Payback. Lots of discussions to talk about because of this show. Braun Strowman, the Monster Among Men, won clean tonight. Chris Jericho, the new United States champion, him and all his friends are going to SmackDown Live. Bayley dropped the Raw Women's Championship. We saw a House of Horrors matchup between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins. All that plus so much more we're going to be talking about right here on this review. First off, Chris Jericho and all his friends becoming the United States champion as he defeated Kevin Owens. How much sense does this make? None. Absolutely none. Making Kevin Owens tap out. Now I know this got a huge pop at San Jose, California. Everybody was going nuts at San Jose, California. I know it made some people happy that Chris Jericho won. I like seeing Chris Jericho winning. However, him winning the United States Championship right before he leaves to go record with Fozzy makes no sense at all. It shouldn't have happened. Because, number one, what's this mean now? That he's going to go and take the title off TV for a while? Huh? Is that what's going to happen? Number two, and that sucks because that's one less title we're going to get to see on SmackDown. If that happens. Number two, if that does happen, we have to wait until like SummerSlam to see a Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens rematch. Number two, if he comes out on SmackDown Tuesday and he drops the United States Championship, what was the point in him even capturing the U.S. title to begin with? None. And all it did was damage Kevin Owens to begin with because Kevin Owens tapped out to a move that everybody gets out of now. Everybody. Pointless. Absolutely pointless. So, it was good. I'm happy that Chris Jericho got a win. But at the same time, absolutely no sense that he captured the U.S. Championship at Payback when he is about to go record with Fozzy. And one other thing that we need to remember, AJ Styles has a shot at the U.S. Championship. So, that's something to keep in mind. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss, the new Raw Women's Champion. Happy that this happened. Very happy that this happened. Alexa Bliss deserves the Raw Women's Champion. I know people are wanting to see Sasha Banks turn heel and Bayley versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship. However, right now, Alexa Bliss, top of the mountain, and honestly, she deserves that accolade to be the Raw first time First ever Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. Absolutely, she deserves that accolade. And it's 100 times better than Charlotte getting another accolade to her name. So Alexa Bliss gets that. And this wasn't a bad matchup whatsoever. Kind of surprised Bayley didn't get another moment in her hometown and get a victory in her hometown in front of her family and friends. But Alexa Bliss the winner, and I know a lot of people are happy about that. The Hardys versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Not a bad matchup. You know, the Hardys have won the titles back at WrestleMania, and pretty soon, you know they're going to drop these tag team championships and break away singles competitors. That's coming. Everybody knows it. As of right now, though, better enjoy them doing Team Extreme as a tag team. They're adding a lot to the tag team division. And the biggest thing that came out of this is Sheamus and Cesaro turning heel, decimating the Hardy Boys after the matchup, ramming them into the turnbuckles, into the ring post on the outside, knocking them all the way to the concrete floor. That's what really stood out in this matchup. You know, the match, they always put on good matches. These four guys have good chemistry together as far as inside the squared circle. But Sheamus and Cesaro turning heel is what really stood out to me tonight in this tag team encounter. Hardy's still your tag team champions. Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship. This matchup, not bad. I mean, it was a good encounter. I mean, can't complain when these two guys step inside the squared circle. But Neville is still your Cruiserweight champion because he lost by disqualification. And just by purpose, grabbed a hold of the referee and yanked him when he was in Austin Aries' finisher move. About to tap out and just grabbed the hold of the referee. Very intriguing matchup. You know, I really love it when the Cruiserweights, especially these two, are in a pay-per-view matchup because they get to showcase more of what they're able to do. And these guys always put on a clinic, and they were able to do that tonight. But Austin Aries, no question, I think, sooner or later, will take the Cruiserweight Championship away from Neville. The Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt matchup. Wyatt family compound match is pretty much what it was. It was the House of Horrors matchup, whatever you want to call it, because this reminded me of, you know, The Conjuring. This reminded me of a bunch of horror movies put together. You know, because they could have done this so differently. You had the tractor driving by itself. You had dolls all over the place. Randy Orton picking them up, looking at them all weird. You had riding all over the refrigerator, flickering lights. You had paranormal activity things going on where all of a sudden you see Bray Wyatt just standing there. This could have been done so differently. You know, a lot like the Wyatt family compound match. But I really wish they would have done it like WrestleMania 12. And the Goldust versus Roddy Piper matchup. Because that match was awesome. It went all throughout the night. It had different segments all throughout the night. You know, they cut back and forth. It wasn't just 2 segments and done. And with them driving, you know, perfect. Absolutely perfect. You know, during that segment, they could have done that. Instead, we got 1 segment at the house, 1 segment at the ring. Now, I like how they continued the rivalry, or they built up with the rivalry with Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton. Kind of added another twist to it. Kind of expected. They don't really let Bray Wyatt pick up clean victories on pay-per-views too often. It was expected that Bray Wyatt was going to win. WWE Championship was not on the line. But, you know, this matchup could have been done so differently. Very, very, you know, it just reminded me of a bunch of horror movies put together. And then it kind of turned into a no disqualification matchup once it got back into the arena. But that's kind of what that matchup was. Jinder Mahal nails Randy Orton with the championship 3 times in the back of the head, right in the back. And then Sister Abigail, 1, 2, 3 at the end of the matchup. Bray Wyatt, victorious. Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins. This made absolutely, you know, it makes sense, but it's going to make the fans very, very unhappy if you are a hardcore fan. Absolutely. Because Samoa Joe, you know, didn't need to lose here. Didn't. I understand the fact that Seth Rollins just beat Triple H and just is the King Slayer, and he can't come out and lose to Samoa Joe just after beating Triple H. I understand that. But there's so much in Samoa Joe. So much. Why do you want to get rid of that? Why? Losing to Seth Rollins. Now I understand Samoa Joe did look strong, did look good here in this matchup, but he needed to pick up a victory, or it needed to be a screw finish, or a double count out, something. Not a 1, 2, 3 clean victory for Seth Rollins. That's just my take on it. Y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below about this matchup. And finally, Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Braun Strowman picks up a clean 1, 2, 3 victory. Whoa! Never thought I'd say that. Never thought I'd be cheering Braun Strowman. Never thought I would want Braun Strowman to be victorious in a matchup. But Braun Strowman's victorious. Braun Strowman picked up the clean victory that he needed. Good job, WWE, for making the right decision. Because how on earth were you going to book him to lose tonight? I mean, honestly, after everything you have booked him to do, after everything you booked him through, You could not book him to lose clean to Roman Reigns. You just couldn't do it. But tonight, Braun Strowman absolutely decimated Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns had his spots, did his kicks, had his spears, had his spear, had his Superman punch. But in the end, 2 big running power slams. And afterwards, made Roman Reigns bleed when he dropped the steel steps on Roman Reigns and blood coming out of his mouth. Braun Strowman still looking vicious. Braun Strowman still looking just awesome all over the competition. And if he's going to face Brock Lesnar, WWE is doing the right thing with him and how they are building him up. They did the right thing tonight and how they built up Braun Strowman. Absolutely. There's no other way you could possibly do this. No other way. Braun Strowman had to win like this tonight. Braun Strowman had to go out like this tonight. Decimating Roman Reigns. He even kicked out of a Superman punch and a spear. When was the last time we really saw too many people do that? Besides The Undertaker. Try 0. Nobody. Braun Strowman looking awesome tonight over Roman Reigns. And that was Payback tonight. Not that bad of a show. Some things didn't make a whole lot of sense. Some things did. Y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Twitter and Facebook at 2007Webby. Until I see you again, this is Webby, and I will catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.